So we have a question from somebody who's very dear to us, and the question is, are we in a simulation? The word simulation is very interesting because it has a few meanings, but the two that are very interesting to us is, one, a simulation is an imitation or a copy of something that's already in place. And two, it's a pretend, something that is pretend or deceptive, but seems so real. So, depending on your understanding of the word simulation, perhaps is how you will see or understand whether we are in a simulation and what kind of simulation we are in. This dear friend of ours who wants an answer wants a clear yes-no answer. Are we in a simulation, yes or no? Unfortunately, we are not in the habit of giving this kind of clear and defined answer. We tell you why. Because everybody's experience of existence is totally different. And for us to say, yes, we are in a simulation, for some, will be, depending on their understanding of simulation, will be so hopeless and so debilitating that they will give up. And for others, it will be a challenge to get out of the simulation, or a challenge to create havoc within the simulation. If we say no, we're not in a simulation, then there will be disappointment for some, relief for others, and so on and so on. The idea of being in a simulation could seem like something that is negative, something that is a waste of time. There is a level of hopelessness in that. And that's true. But on the other side of that, if you look at what many people are trying to do in their lives, people who are trying to advance spiritually and so on, one of the things that comes up again and again is this idea of choice. And being able to make choice and then follow through on that choice. If you think about being in a simulation, if we are in a simulation, if you think about that and this idea of being able to make a choice based on the knowledge that we have, then either the knowledge that we have has been given to us and so our choices are being made for us anyway, or for the people that are really striving to know themselves, really striving to break out of the physical confines of the human form. And physical confines, we don't just mean the body, we mean the mental processes and the DNA structure and the way that the human body works. And you see that it degenerates over time and so on and so forth. For those people who are really striving to push the human existence, to develop it and to experience it and to understand it, for those people, and we know many of these people, or we know many people who are doing this, then whether they are in a simulation or not becomes irrelevant, because your journey has already become one of individuality. Now, you might say, well, if we are in a simulation, maybe some of us are being given this role. Maybe we have, maybe we are, and maybe we have. But the point is, if that's the case, it's very dangerous, because if there are some that actually can break free, and when we say break free, we don't necessarily mean of the simulation, we mean of themselves, of their human type existence, then those people are going to be able to create a new existence, a new life form, a new way of being. So are we in a simulation or not? In many respects we are in a simulation, because we are repeating the human existence over and over again, making the same mistakes, making this the same sort of developments, but at a little bit more. So yes, we are in a simulation to some degree, but then on the other side of that, the fact that some of us can develop to a point where they can lead change and lead a movement, or they can initiate change or initiate a movement, says that there is a level that grows within some human beings where the simulation, if there is one, doesn't work, or is broad enough to allow for that kind of activity, which would say to us that we're not in a simulation. So, are we in a simulation or not? Really, that decision has to be yours. Nobody can tell you what we are in and what we are not. Nobody can tell you who you are and who you are not. And really, at the end of the day, even though we live in nations where there are governments, nobody can tell you how to live your life and how not. These are decisions that you need to make. You need to be comfortable. For many people, they are living a life that they're not comfortable with. So ask yourself, am I in a simulation? If I am in a simulation, yet I feel this, what is that saying to me? That I have the room to move. I have the room to grow. The room to develop and to try and experience new things. And that's your choice. We hope this has opened up some thought processes for you and some areas of discussion. We wish you all many blessings and thank you so much for listening.